going to see my dad, and he's, we're a lot alike in some ways, but I'm not, I don't have the same type of narcissistic, mood swingy, kind of intrusive, blah, blah, blah problem that he does. That's a clinical description. I don't know if he's here or not. What are you eating?
Chips and salsa.
That's what you're eating for lunch? No soup?
I had soup.
You already had soup?
Yeah.
What kind of soup?
Split pea soup. There's nothing like New York split pea soup.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, I can't believe they make split pea soup here without hot dogs in it.
You like it with the hot dogs?
Oh, yeah.
That's not healthy, though, is it?
Yeah, it's all right.
Let's talk about healthcare, because that's, you know, as a doctor, you know, you've had your cross to bear with what's happened to healthcare.
Better off not needing a doctor. All the doctor can do is treat you.
And what I'm hearing you say is that the biggest problem we have is that people don't know how to eat, they don't know how to take care of themselves, and they overreact when they get a cold.
Exactly.
And those people should just grow the fuck up.
If you look back on the pioneer days, which I just had a big discussion about, I mean, there were families who lived for into the 80s, 90s, even became 100-year-olders. And they had no health care. They had no doctors available. They were traveling around in covered wagons. They set up a settlement. There was less pollution, of course. However, there was also common sense that says, look, you're going to school, even though you got the sniffles, even though you got a bellyache, so you better get over it.
Yeah, and even though you got gangrene, we're just going to, you know, bite the bullet. We're going to take that leg off with the saw that we use to trim the cow's hooves.
But you got to look at the statistics a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, you just brought up some weird kind of, you know, turn of the century analogy. You're going to tell me you look at statistics? What's it based on? The pioneer spirit? How many people died in childbirth? Perhaps some of this wellness focus is motivated by spite.
By spite? What do you mean by that?
That, like, if you bastards aren't going to let me, you know, get malpractice insurance at a reasonable price, I'll show you that it's not necessary.
That could be. And I'm not sorry that I'm not doing it anymore, but I missed it for a while because it's an ego trip.
He broke my leg twice. I'm on a ski slope. Let's tighten up those bindings. That keeps coming up. Let me tighten them up. Next fall, I got a corkscrew fracture up my tibia. Then the next time, I'm getting out of the car for summer school. I'm out of the back seat. My friend Dave's in the front seat. I'm getting out and reaching around to get my books. He takes off. The car runs over my ankle. Guess what? However bad a father he was, I'm glad I could sustain his ego by breaking bones at his hand and then having them to be fixed. And by the way, not so terrific. The thing still cocks out to the right. Is that my fault somehow?
It's your fault.
How is that? Maybe if you followed up with the appropriate physical therapy, I wouldn't be partially crippled. You were just fortunate that your compulsion, that your hunger, happened to help people. You lucked out.
I did luck out. That's true. But also, I gave her a lot of free care over a lot of years.
So you're saying that you gave away a lot of care because the ego gratification was so much more important than necessarily being paid. And I think on some level you enjoyed helping people. But I'm the same way. I can't fucking figure out how to make a living. Look what I'm doing. I'm sitting in a health food store talking to my father for a website. But you know what? It's giving me ego reinforcement. So at some level, the fact that I can go watch this and then see two people comment on it online, like, Mark's dad seems a little weird. I'm like, yeah, that's it. And then I feel good, like I've done something. We're not so different.
No, we've never worked.
Well, let's not go crazy.